Sanbonan, igama lami nguXolani wakwamsimango, ngilunga le-portfolio, yabo.
Good morning, my name is Dikele Didireko. I'm a member of the committee. Thank you.
We'll now allow first if there are any of the team from the intervention team to introduce themselves. Aiko intervention team. Masiqhitheke si. Oh, can it come? They must introduce themselves. Intervention team. So we don't want to speak with about people that might not be there.
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee, members of the Portfolio Committee, and everyone present. My name is Thomas Kolokoto from Coghsta National. Thank you. My name is Thomas Kolokoto from Coghsta National.
But it's good that we have got a face as they arrive. We don't want to speak about something that might not be there to stakeholders. Now we come to the province, if there's anybody from the province. Maybe they are still coming. Then we will allow the executive mayor of the district to introduce himself and the team.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and the members of the Portfolio Committee. My name is Councillor Mgomezulu, the Executive Mayor of Sibande District Municipality. With me is the Speaker of the District Municipality, the member of the Mayoral Committee responsible for monitoring and evaluation, and the Chairperson of MPEC at the District Council Nhlapo. Thank you very much.
We have got an apology from the local mayor. It says, please accept the apology of the Executive Mayor, Councillor D.L. Tabete, who will not be able to attend today's session due to prior arrangements in which he will be accompanying his daughter to the specialist today. Please further note that the MMCs and some councillors will be in attendance. So maybe amongst those MMCs, there might be one who want to introduce others. Any MMC from the local municipality? So, they are not here. All the same, when one comes in, we will have to accept, to acknowledge them when they are here. So that helps, you know, that's the introduction, and obviously, Executive Mayor, then this comes back to you to welcome us in front of the stakeholders as the Portfolio Committee. Can I hand over to you?
Thank you very much, Chair, once more for the for the opportunity. On behalf of the District of Sibande, we wish to warmly welcome your good self and the members of the portfolio committee responsible for Coghsta here at Lekwa. We know very well what you are here for, as well as your admin team that is accompanying you, together with some officials, either from the province or MISA. Yeah, I think we are going to have a fruitful deliberations out of the engagement this morning. Thank you very much.
Siyabulela. Because we might be meeting the stakeholders for the first time, we again need to explain the purpose of our visit. We indicated to the municipality, district, and the province why we are here. We are a portfolio committee. A portfolio committee is an extension of Parliament. So even here, the rules that apply here are rules of Parliament. So if I say you are out of order as the chairperson, you will have to respect that and accept we will be applying those rules. But the issue is not rules. The issue is that Parliament is constituted by people who are coming from different constituencies, who represents the people. We are public representatives. So I also extended that to say councillors as well are public representatives, as well as members of provincial legislatures are public representatives. So when we come together like this, we want to talk about issues that affect the people as we are public representatives. We also have got an added responsibility as members of Parliament to conduct oversight. Why primarily us is because we are the sources of laws that govern the country. We are a constitutional state, and that constitution was adopted there, Parliament. It was called Constituency Assembly then. Then the laws that emanate from that constitution, they are adopted there in Parliament. Now, if they are executed, we elect a president to be the face of that program of executing with the cabinet. Then, as originators of law, we should follow up, check if the laws are being implemented or executed as we would expect. That is called oversight. We are here to do oversight on behalf of the people. But fortunately today, we are here to listen to those who send us to Parliament to see if the laws that we are passing there are getting executed and if they are impacting on what they need. So that is why we are here. But specifically now, Lekwa. Why Lekwa? In the last audit outcome of 2020-2021, Lekwa received a disclaimer audit outcome. And it is not the only one. There are a number that we as a committee resolved in our meeting to say we would want in each province to visit a municipality that is receiving consecutive disclaimer. So that is why we are here. This is the second municipality after we visited Makana in the Eastern Cape. So we are now in Mpumalanga. We chose Lekwa. That's why we are here. So obviously, generally issues that talk to why disclaimer, what is it that must be done to make sure that we move away from that. Because audit, it enables us as a committee to ensure that there's good governance in the country, to ensure that there are no people who just do not comply with the laws that we pass. We want to check that. So that's what brought us here. Number two, there was specific issue by the Auditor General. What is called, what is this called? Material irregularities. So in other words, you are using public funds. Now there are material irregularities. We also want to know what is being done about them. And there are specific expectations in terms of the law. What we expect needs to be done. So we were also following up on that. In other words, there are 64 dysfunctional municipalities across the country. National Treasury, in terms of Public Finance Management Act and Municipal Finance Management Act, is supposed to intervene in those 64 municipalities, Lekwa included. So we also want to check what are the agreements, what are the non-agreements. The last point is that Lekwa, there was intervention here by the province which could not work. And there's intervention now by national government in terms of Section 139, subsection 7. There's a team here that is supporting the municipality. So there are two other municipalities in that category. Section 139, subsection 9. It's Mangaung and Inokum Kichima in the Eastern Cape, Mangaung in the Free State. Lekwa is the third one. We also want to get a sense as to what is the impact of the intervention? Is it working? Is it not working? So that is why we are here. But because we are here, in the end, all of these efforts are meant to check whether services are being delivered to the people at a level that is acceptable. So that is why we are plugging all the holes to make sure that public funds are used for what they were meant to be used for, delivery of services to the people. So that is why we are here. I thought we should explain that to the stakeholders so that when they speak, at least they must be coming closer. But of course, like I'm saying, you are our principals. We can't prescribe what you must say. We're coming from Parliament. So today is dedicated to hear from you so that when we represent you in Parliament, we don't talk things out of our heads. We must be influenced by you. There are specific stakeholders that indicated their intention to speak to members of Parliament. As you speak to us, we invited all those who briefed us yesterday, starting with the local municipality, the district, the province, and the intervention team, so that if there are questions, if they are related to the laws that we are making, then we would obviously answer. If they are related to why we are doing oversight, we would be able to answer that. If they are asking about a specific matter that some responsible person is supposed to do, would also, this is what we want to exercise oversight practically, would also want to get responses to those. The stakeholders, because this becomes critical, that I have here. It's Lekwa Black Business Forum. That's the list I have. Number 2, NAFCOG. NAFCOG would be represented by Sizwe Dlamini, and SANCO by Michael Ngongo. SAYEC, I don't know how to, the full name of that, would be, there are, what is this? Shakile Zaktra Empowerment Center, LD Skumbuzo. I might be pronouncing these things wrongly. In other words, we will allow each one of them to come forward. This thing is put for them. They can introduce themselves properly when they come. There's an addition. I can't read this.
Generation changes, international change. It's possible in new business maps.
Generation changes, international church, Pastor Pat, and the women in business, Makosazana Hadebe. But we will call them in that order. The way I was brought up, I was told you can speak sense for 10 minutes. Beyond that, you will not speak sense. But we will add 5 minutes for each stakeholder, so that if you are stammering, we also make allowance for that. So each stakeholder would be allowed 15 minutes at most. We are saying at most, if possible, less would be happy. So without wasting, let me welcome the stakeholders. These are members of Parliament. We are a multi-party committee here. And we'll listen, like I'm saying, responses if there are any. But with us, after this visit, we'll also have our own meeting, preparing to submit our report to Parliament for a debate in Parliament, where resolutions would be taken by Parliament and on your behalf. So I also thought I should explain the process. As you speak to us, we would be taking notes. We have got staff here that is going with us. And I think from there, report to Parliament, resolutions taken there, they will be known in the whole country. I will now call the first presenter. Lekwa Black Business Forum. Lekwa Business Forum. We will jump them if they are not there. The next one is NAFCOG. Sizwe Dlamini.
Thank you very much, leadership. My name is Sizwe Dlamini. I'm the treasurer of the province of NAFCOG. I'm staying here, Standerton. I'm the businessman. Thank you for coming. I'm going to talk about the father. What is the role of the father? Of which we are here today because of the father, who played his role on making sure that this municipality.
I'm not sure whether is the mic
Or okay,
that
let me
makes,
put you.
so you can restart, because they were now asking me, is it fire?
Father, Ubaba, father, yes. Ubaba, yes. Someone says in Kulmisi Zula, I don't know if it's okay. Nazoke, namngiyabonga. Okay, okokuqala mina ngizokhuluma mphathi before sifika la sikhona namhlanje. Umasipala wethu wadissolve iCoghsta. And I'm not scared to say what I'm going to say, because of some people of bane interest from Coghsta. Umasipala wethu was not dissolved by uNkosazana, was dissolved by uTito Mboweni. And go and check the company that took us to court. Who are the owners of that company? That have make sure that this municipality dissolved. The second one, when the municipality was dissolved, kwafaka umlondolozi. The report enizanayo namhlanje. I-report yamlondolozi. Akusi-report yalamakhansela, lankahlelela. Laba bacela ukungena ngoNovember i-report yabo asikayitholi. Kusho ukuthi ubaba akekho right. Nesilethela uadministrator wafika kusho ukuthi wamosha la eStanderton. Umetla lona senimnyise ePretoria manje. Umetla uhlelela ngama blue light agadwa amaphoyisa. No one could access administrator waseLekwa. So le report enisilethele yona today, ithi national government
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Wafika wasimosha utsotsi Lekwa. Say right. Okay. Wafika wasimosha lo tsotsi njengoba seka sePretoria manje. So sicela ukuthi nani nibatshele phezulu ukuthi nabo ake bayithathe le responsibility yokwenza lo masipala ukuthi unje ngoba ungawo today. Bayaphatha leyo nto. Obuthitombo weni bayaphatha lo masipala ebakwenziye lokho because of their self-interest zase elibhedi. Bawise umasipala that was in charge noma bokuliwe bawisa lo masipala because they had their interest because bavala into zabo. Uthe noma sangenile lo mfo azange ayilungise lento bekathe uzoyilungisa Lekwa but uyenze worse lento bayizoyenzisa. Irregulatories wonke lama regulatories finance kunenkinga za ku finance. He never improved the finance. The biggest problem esinawo Lekwa sengena enkingeni ke nkoko. It's not politicians, it's administration. I'm happy the municipal manager is here today. Now, sasemusha, angeke simcele. Come, ukuthi nizosinceda nisincede administration. Niyekela ama politician, libe ngisho ama politician. But yes, everyone must account to my politician. But the administration will being failed administration. You go to finance, yala Lekwa. I've got an experience in finance yokuthi unenkinga. Kunenkinga la. Sato itoya 2009 sata kulungisa ama account kunenkinga. Kunenkinga ku finance. People still receiving ama account akweletayo la. Office sata ugogo omdala uthola account 800 and something thousand, of which is an indigent. So the capacity that esicelayo la Lekwa, the first one is to fix the administration. The failure of Lekwa is not politicians. Leave the mayors. Ngoba seniza so senifuna ukuzorecall abanye bayekeleni. Go to administration. The failure, if you can check the report, it doesn't say who MMC or it doesn't say who mayor is failing. The failure, go to the finance, go and see what is happening in the finance. You can go now, even go and see in the finance. If you are ngizocela uku-arrange for the account, ungaphuma mphathi ma, ucela uku-arrange account, ubuye ukuthi uzobuzwa ngicocela ukuthini. You will stand there in that door for 2 hours and 3 hours. Bangakuncedi baphume bayodla ngelunch, babuye bakushiye lapho and be frustrated. So we as business people of this town, we are frustrated about the administration of this municipality. It's high time we must tell. It's not politician. Previous akufelanga ama politician kufele an administration and iyaqhubeka. Le administration kusho ifaka ama politician yawakhipha yawawisa. Yawafaka yawawisa bazowa nabo nje banifuna bashaya nizobashaya bashayele but akusiyibo. Sizongena futhi nathi administration isishaya. So inkinga seLekwa sishaya administration asishaya ama politician. Anit. Yes. Engicela kuzoyithatha before ngihlala phansi mphathi. It's an improvement of infrastructure yethu. Sicela ni national ke nisibukelele. Bring the services down to Lekwa. Ne district. Sicela nisilethele ama services. Umasipala wethu sike sahlala no mayor sambuza ukuthi what is total expenditure for a year. It's where we discovered ukuthi asibhadala ama services mele sitshelena nathi. Inkinga esinayo vele Lekwa ileyo. Ngoba siwa so staqala so asibhadali. Maybe nami ngithothi nami ngisemuva. Umasipala a year he got almost 30 million a month that he must spend. We are sharing that money nama salaries. So umasipala kabi nemali to fix the infrastructure that we fixing. Siyaphesha nje ma pothole angeke sikhona nokwenza umgwaqo wani. Sicela ukuthi please bring assistant infrastructure and please monitor the failure of us. I'm sorry, I'm a member of ANC. The failure of us when I'm part, it's a monitoring. Sinama project azayo la afele, you can go to Rekopen, bazakutshela. Rekopen, with how much millions is being spent at Rekopen. Nani noma nifika ngizolithatha imali futhi izobuyela eRekopen. There's a failure of monitoring, and again it's taking again to kuphi administration. So kuyafika walifaka ipipe, after 6 months 1 year liyabloka lelo pipe lakhishwa futhi kufakwe elinye ipipe and everything. So part of the monitoring from abantu enbathumelayo eRekopen kube sasicedile sesiphumile. Enenye imali kube sengene kwezinye izinto but was still there and everything. And please bring the money kumasipala la. Nibanike imali. Bayihlulekele. MMC bayihlulekele comrade. Noma nengiyisa ku district ngalibe nibablame abantwana babantu ningakabaniki ithuba. Noma niyisa ku district, there's a district model you understand. Enenge banikeni. Nizokwazi ukuba monitora kahle ukuthi saninika elikwa imali noma nibanikeza 40 saninika 40 million nayihlulekela kule 40 million nihlulekile and everything. Before the last one part 15 minutes yami sezophela. Kule issue infrastructure. Sinemigwaqo eyenziwe la. Imigwaqo asazo imali yakhona siyaqala ukubona umgwaqo oyi 2 kilometers oshangale bo 10 million. Sinomgwaqo lo ihlongwane drive. Iqalwe kahle yesibukliwa sibo business sila sifuna an opportunity. Certain imali iphelile ihlongwane drive akafiki na 2 kilometers and everything. Sicela ama comrade noma sifake isandla ngale bathe khiki what but ingadli kakhulu ma comrade. Please idlani niphinde nicabangele thina la emphakathini. Lo mgwaqo udlula ngasekhaya ihlongwane drive sihamba kuwo mnandi. But usasemnandi umgwaqo mphathi now soyaphela half. And there was almost 10 million sasitshelwe ngayo ngale issue lomko 15. Yabona uyabona phi 1.5 kilometer ye 15 million. So siyanicela bafowethu siyanicela nani ku district inkokheli siyakubona ukhona. Sicela ni monitor lezi zinto lento lomgwaqo ake iphele lemgwaqo. Ngoba lento isala nani uma sibala lo 15 kusho sibala nini. Kuthi kuphela ukuthi izothi 15 yaphelela kuphi emabusi. Thiwe yaphelela emgwaqeni yaphelela e district. Akusathiwi 15 yaphelela kuphi. So ngiyabonga mphathi okhulu from kithi sinavCog business chamber. Sicela ukuthi ni improve infrastructure, assist ngokuthi improve infrastructure and assist on this administration that is making sure ukuthi things delivered. Niyeka ama council aqeda iterm siyabonga.
Ngibingelele bahlonishwa, ngibingelela abahlonishwa bethu basekhaya district and local. Ngibingelela ama members omphakathi wethu noma siba yi15. So mangibheka icommittee lase parliament liphelele ngomjebalo nangendlela esilazi ngayo. La ekhaya simphakathi si15 basingathatha ama councillors siwabeke ngale wonke. Sibheka idulo zomphakathi siyashoda. Kungani sishoda asitshelwanga ukuthi ineza. Kungani singatshelwanga lama different structures asitshelwanga because kukhula abakufihlayo. Ngizothanda ukudifa kunomfowethu ozile la phambili. Asizange ukuzodefenda, asizange ukuzenzana izizela impilo zomphakathi wethu. Umphakathi wethu abamhlophe abamnyama bakhala isikhathi eside sokwanele manje. Elikwa intuthuko ayikho. You must know members ukuthi elikwa intuthuko ayikho umphakathi wethu uyasafara kanganga ukuthi omunye umuntu uzushaya naye heart attack ngoba akasazi ukuthi imela complain ekubani azayifele yena isimo sibi la ekhaya. Ngiyacabanga nani nithema ningena nje the first thing enibingelele ama photos athi sanibonani members of parliament. That one we are not going to hide it. Ugeswa iskom uhamba ngehour uhambe 25 to manje sonke sila impilo esiphilayo sibekezelela iskom sibekezelela ugeswe local la ekhaya. amanzi extension 2 nase extension 7 bonke abangenayo baba promisa na namhlanje awekha ngazi is how many years amanzi extension 2 7 8 ku west kuyamosakala size siphephele yabona manje umehluko bakhona omncane ihlongwane drive nase Roykopen kuyabonakala because kuze kwangenelela I district bona abahlonishwa base district yiba abantu engathi bayakhona ukusikamisa ukuthi sikhona ukuthi siphefumule kodwa la ekhaya bafowethu angizanga la kuzocambela umphakathi wethu amangwa ukuzothenga ubusobeni intuthuko ayikho sinesifiso nje sokuthi iparliament ake ibuye futhi ingenelele phuma okuphumayo kubonakale kuze kulunge la ekhaya angeke abafowethu even nabo laba bakhona banamanga angeke balungise le dolopha angeke baze bayilungisa ilikho kulahleka amathuba omsebenzi sikhuluma nje abanye abosomabhizinisi bayathutha next month bayahamba bafaka iauction njengoba nisibona sishoda kangaka siyi15 thina abamember omphakathi kulama ward ayi15 ala ilikwa nama organization ku businesses na 32 organization angisakhulumi ke ngama community organization awabizwanga afihliwe naselokishini abazi ukuthi nikhona sesibona ku social media so kuyakhombisa ukuthi kukhulu okufihlwayo la ekhaya angizanga la ukuzothengisa umphakathi wakithi yabona I'm saying members of parliament go back to the office and took a serious decision ngalo masipala ozosiza impilo zethu nomphakathi waseliko ngiyabonga ma comrade.
Sakile Youth Empowerment Center. Yes. Yes. Good morning, Honorable Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee of Coghsta, and good morning to all members of Parliament and the community at large, even District and Lekwa Local Municipality. My name is Kumbuzo Letlape, representing SAEC, and not only SAEC and all the other youth centers around Lekwa. But I'm here to speak on behalf of the community. We all know that when we see that a municipality is dysfunctional, Section 139 has to be implemented. But Section 139 failed to be implemented properly by the provincial government, I think, if I'm not incorrect, 4 times in this municipality. In the end, the council of the previous administration got dissolved because of a decision which was taken by National Treasury and Coghsta. So the issues of Lekwa have been discussed in Parliament countless of times, being raised by a member of the Democratic Alliance, who I will not mention for now, who lives in this community, because she always came and saw the issues that are happening, how the community is suffering in this town. And even right now, the community of Lekwa is suffering from the issues of water, electricity, and slow service delivery. The service delivery is slow because of the rift between the politicians and the administration. If the administration will never stay accountable to the politicians, then we'll never see this municipality being functional, Honorable Chairperson. And Honorable Mkhalipi, you know that our people deserve a better life, which they have been promised from 1994. So we cannot sit back, relax, and just watch municipalities collapse each and every day. Even the Honorable President has been trying by all means to work together with municipalities to resolve the issues within each and every municipality in this country. We cannot watch Parliament discussing the same issues over and over again, whereas we have to focus on going straight to the future of this country. 2030 is around the corner. We don't see any progress on the NDP, and the time frame of the NDP is almost ending. So on that note, we can sit here and discuss how dysfunctional and how the Auditor General's report is saying about Lekwa not having any clean audit and all the corruption that's happening within this municipality. But we have to remember, the people who voted for the MPs and each and every councillor that's sitting here deserve what they ask for. The mandate to work for the people has to stand. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Are we on? I'll say good afternoon to the Parliament Committee that's here, Coghsta members, my fellow community members. Most of you know my face. You've seen it a couple of places around, so I thank you for the opportunity to address you today. First of all, I am Pastor Pat van der Westhuizen. I'm the senior pastor of Generation Changers International Church, a local church here in Standerton. But I'm also the official representative of the Standerton for Jesus Pastoral Forum in Standerton. Sometimes, or most of the times, it's me having to represent the pastors to our local council here. I'm also involved with some of the ward activities. So one of my issues that I wanted to address, since we are talking about oversight, and it has been mentioned 2 or 3 times here already, is the lack of, can I say, taking personal responsibility. As a Christian, one of my beliefs strongly is that whatever you do it to the best of your ability, not just to give honor to yourself, but to your family and to God. But that is a lacking in Lekwa at the moment. And yes, some of my fellow members already spoke about standing in queues here while they finish their Nando's. That happened to me personally in December. Let's finish our lunch. You can sit there on a chair and wait. That's not acceptable. I have personnel that works for me. If a personnel member is dysfunctional and is not an advantage to the organization anymore, we either have to correct it or get somebody that will do the work. That includes also a big problem that we have. It's now been almost a year since the previous local elections. And we still have no bylaws implemented in Lekwa. I'm going to give you a couple of examples because it's a great concern. And I don't just want to talk about what my members have told me, what community members around us have said. I want to share a couple of incidences from me personally, right? The freshest one, for example, happened this Sunday that passed. One of the neighbors across the street owns 2 pit bulls. This was incident number 5 in 2 years' time that those pit bulls came out. The first time, it killed my one animal in the yard. I now have a small sausage dog there. Earlier this year, it happened again. It came in, it attacked my dog again, 2 weeks to the vet. And on Sunday, it happened again. This time, I was lucky enough to be at home. And by the time I got to the gate, I was in time to close the gate before the dog completely burst through. He broke through a chain that was around the gate. This led to the dog attacking me. I thank God by grace, he missed 3 bites. 1 to my foot, 2 to the arm, and 1 to the face. He missed me every time, thankfully, because I could push the gate a bit further every time. Now here's the problem. Because there's no bylaws, I actually went to the police department and they told me, sorry sir, we can do nothing for you. You were not physically harmed. I said, this is the 3rd time I had a personal attack on my property. 5th time. The first time those dogs came out, they bit a matric boy in the garden of the church. The owner paid money for him to withdraw the case from the police. All right? But again, I went to the police, no assistance. I even phoned the SPCA. They told me, sir, unless there's an order, we can do nothing. So I again went to the police and they told me, please go open a protection order against. I spend 2 hours at our courts and they tell me, sir, we can do nothing for you. So as a community, and we have a lot of children, I have a church running there. I have a school running there. Now my gates have to be open for community members to come in. What do? If an animal like that comes in during a Sunday morning service and kills kids within my church building, how do I take responsibility for that? But here currently, you can go at any department, they send you to the next one because nobody knows what to do because there's no laws. Same issue, we've talked about service delivery infrastructure that has collapsed. We call it illegal dumping, but technically we can't call it illegal dumping because there's no law telling you you're not allowed to put your rubbish bag in the middle of the street. Put your rubbish bag in the river park. Now, my church is close to Standerton's River Park, which is supposed to be a beautiful place, a place for relaxing, a place for recuperating. That place, it looks like a dumping site. The bad problem is most of the storm waters and rain waters flow down to the river. All of our drains there is blocked currently. There's a constant smell of sewage. But there's no bylaws. Yes, I can see it. There's some of our members in the community that takes this opportunity. They take their rubbish and they just put it down there. We see them. They even light it on fire because there's too much piling up. Yes, I do say Lekwa have been there twice in the last 2 years to clean it up. But because there's a lack of laws, people are just allowed to do what they want to do. Now, this brings us to a third problem that I've noticed is our town is not that clean because people are dumping. Now, especially here, right outside, sir, right outside of this building, there's rubbish that has been cleaned many times. Now, after the last time they cleaned it, I took the personal liberty to drive this street to see what is happening. And I've noticed that here from 6 o'clock at night, some of our people that's on the street they collect from the businesses' rubbish bins, they take the bags, go burn what they want, and then the rest gets piled up right outside our government buildings here even. Yes, Lekwa is struggling to keep up with cleaning up rubbish like that because the people can do what they want, when they want, wherever they want. So that is a problem again with the bylaws that is not in place. The committee that is supposed to do this hasn't done anything in a year's time. I mean, there's big cities, there's towns outside. Why not get bylaws, adapt them, send them to the community that decisions can be made and people can be held responsible for what is happening in town? Because I asked, why is this happening with people staying on the street? So I went and spoke to the head of DSD, since we are working with them from the church side. She told me, sir, I have a law that mandates me if a child aged 12 or younger is on the street, I can legally take him back to his home, take him off the street. But there's no bylaw keeping people off the streets. We have a shelter here that is not used to its full efficiency. These people don't want to stay there because of the laws and the rules that is in there. But again, there's nothing preventing them from just staying on the street and messing up the place as they are doing. So we have this constant problem of one problem leading to a next, because the oversight needs to be there on our committee that must make these laws. That also brings us to a last example I want to use. Our great nice river park. There's parties being held. What time of the evenings? Yes, sometimes up to 3 o'clock you can hear a doof, 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 doof. Right there. The next morning I must have church. You know what I found sometimes when I get out from that, because I'm close to the entrance? Somebody came and defecated right in front of the church gates. Then we have to clean it. I can't have church members come to a place like that. But again, there's no laws saying there must be a toilet at this place. Nobody comes and speaks. Granted, I've went to check it out as well. We must see our police community standing, jiving with them. But there's no one telling them, hey, this is wrong to do it. Minors walking around with alcohol. So again, I'm coming back to my very first point is we have a lack of personal responsibility. People doing what they want, when they want, and the people that's supposed to be in charge doing their job is not doing it. I thank you.
Sanibonani nginibingelele zihambeli zethu ubuholi obuye eParliament sibingelele nomholi wethu we district ubaba uMngemezulu banosomlomo nginibingelela nonke nama stakeholders akhona njengoba sashilo ke umphathi wehlelo uchairperson ukuthi ngumakhosazana wakaRadebe abangaziyo bangazi ngokuthi nguKhosi Khotha mhlambe ngiphinde ngikhulume ngize la as a stakeholder, women in business, but mhlambe enkulumeni yami kokunye niza ngibona ukuthi khona nami engikwaziyo seniza ngibiza ke mangabe niyangibona baphathi ukuthi khona engikwaziyo seniza ngibiza baphathi manje ngibona ukuthi khona engikwaziyo ninga hesitate manje ngangitholi nangu umphathi wami uCouncillor uMngemezulu executive mayor ngizongena nje la qala mhlambe ngibeke nje kahle ukuthi mhlambe kwakuyisinqumo esihle sokuthi iParliament idissolve umasipala ukuze mhlambe kubonakale ukuthi kwenzakalani ngizongena emagameni ababudlamini angeke iinternet igcwele kangaka mina namanje mangigugula uyangibona ukuthi bengu speaker of Lekwa silandelo isigebengu esivela ku KZN ukuthi mina ku internet ngenze lokhu from KZN nithi akabo administrator la it was worse because kwangasi decision yaka minister umama uNkosazane ukuthi ku dissolve umasipala sekunjalo wathathwa ukuthi KZN kuphi ubaliwe bathi uzokwenza kangcono ukudlula lamakhansela is unfortunately chairperson ukuthi amakhansela ngama scapegoat ikhansela libamba ipiki nefosholo ikhansela libamba ipiki nefosholo iadministration ukungena kwakhe ngoba ngicabanga ukuthi manithi nikhuluma ngabo 2021 ake nihlale kuye nje mina ngiyacela ukuthi ake nihlale kuye uadministrator ake nihlale kuye nimhlole kahle nize nimhlolisise one uthe angena isecurity yakhuphuka ama site we security first eminyango kusho ukuthi wayezele lokho first thing ibill isicela ukuthi niyeni ibill ye security yokugada la kuze kuthiwa kunazindlo lezindlu zokuhlala ziba ibizana ama security uyayibona omunye uhlala nje eceleni kwendlela nethi kusho ukuthi ikhambe ini ibill uyayibona ikhuphukile enye angena ngayo wangena washona egesini you see angeke vele uthi ngendlela if ungangeni kahle kuhandwe over kuwe kahle correctly so uyafika ubathola bakhona laba bakhona abogesi asebanesikhathi bala abawaziyo ukuthi lo gesi uhlupha kuphi wena uyabanyomula ufaka ikhampani yakho administrator njalo lo it's worse ugesi wala iLekwa angifuni uqamba manga uhlupha nalabo kuthiwa uhluphi khona mina ngihlala eVodacom la ekuhlupha khona ugesi bathe balungisile kuwes because ngoba abayitholanga le proper handover uadministrator bekajahe lokhu akujahile And if ufuna ukuyilungisa ukuthi vele sesifuna ukuthi kugadwe kangaka because vele fanele kugadwe ngoba kuneyindawo ezibalulekile zamanzi. Kune resolution ekhona la ethi insource ama security. Insource nje ama security ngoba as ngi business person ngiphanda akusho ukuthi yonke into fanele uye ikuthenda. Ngokukhuluma ngegood governance hayi ukuthi konke fanele kuthenda. Yayibona kunezinto ezincane ezidinga lokho insource ama security usave imali engakanani kumasipala. Sinama electrician la kamasipala. Why ungawa train sekunokuthi ulande abantu bangaphandle ulibele ukhipha le mali? Ani bawufundele lo msebenzi. Baqhashwa ngama qualifications. Angithi. But kufanele ukuthi silekelele instead ukuthi uadministrator azokwenza lokho akuthunywe kona kenzanga. Sizocela ukuthi iParliament ke silandeleleke ibill yakhe. Amaphoyisa ngiyabona bokuyi 20 or 50. Ebehlala la. IApple Jubo yakhe. Le bill sifuna ukwazi ukuthi beyifuthwa ubani. Who was paying that bill? Lo muntu ohlala isikhathi eside kangaka. Who was paying that bill? If ibephuma la kulo masipala sine challenge. If iphuma ku national government, kusho ukuthi sine challenge because I national government ihluleke ukuletha imali iassiste iElibet ithi yona ayithola amanzi. Yewathola manje amanzi eElibet. And iElibet ayizange ize intshele ukuthi sigangile kuthina kamasipala. Sakhuma ipipe elok extender ukuthi sithola amanzi ngendlela engekho emthethweni. Ngolo ngikhuluma ngoba ngila iElibet ne pipe iPCV pipe. Ile bayibizana iGoldi bayibiza bizana lelinye igama Astral le yenze ukudissolve umasipala without ukucheck ama facts. Elisibizi Elibet la iGoldi kune PCV pipe angipha amanzi Company enkukhu ile company enkukhu yes Astral kune iElibet ne pipe eyichumela lona outside the municipality mayichumela lona iyenza ukuthi sinejele thina elikhulu la engabe liqhasha abantwana abaningabi eyenza ukuthi ijele lingabi namanzi extension 8 ingabi namanzi indawo eziningi zingabi namanzi so ke ngicela ukuthi manithola isikhathi le oversight niyendla ama officials ala nithi again siboneni le pipe lo mama akhuluma ngalo and Elibet ani awafunda umasipala ama readings banitshela nina ukuthi 200 and then ke ubhile ngale ndlela leyo. No, iElibet is national government dissolve umasipala because of iElibet. iElibet ikhala ngokuthi ayithola amanzi. Yes, iElibet ithi ayithola amanzi. Ngiyabuza manje yawathola amanzi iElibet. Yawathola na amanzi iElibet. Angizanga mina ukuzodefenda umuntu ngizokhuluma as women in business. Yeah. Ukuthi siyacela ukuthi okunye umasipala akungabi ukuthi yonke into ukhipha on tender ezinye izinto mabazi insource uyayibona ezinye zezinto mabazi insource bakhone ukukwenza futhi bengizawubuza nokuthi ngoba sasishiye kunemali yokurehabilitate imigwaqo isekhona na angazi right ngizongena la ngimzwile ubaba umfundisi ukhuluma ngama bylaws. Ama bylaws akhona, but the implementation part is difficult. Sinama illegal dumpings, sine legal dumping sites. Uyayibona la. So ke if unalama bylaws, ungana funding yoku implementa lama bylaws uzowenza njani? Coghsta fanele ukuthi isilekelele to implement lama bylaws ne district because i district ama-bylaws wayo fanele abe aligned nabo masipala angithi fanele ukuthi balekelele beze balekelele uklinwe lama illegal dumping zamancane uklinwe nale dumping site enkulu mangathi akhuphuka lapha kucwela amaphepha yonke le ndawo yayibona and iyasigulisa leyo nto leyo yasigulisa kamampela bese and lawo amathuba omsebenzi if umasipala ne Coghsta ilekelela ukuthi le dumping site because abantu bazokhona ngithi udodi sesikwenziwa kuyarecyclwa ngithi yayibona kuyarecyclwa kuzoba clean lapha yana because kurecyclwa ngokusemthethweni kune fence yonke leyo nto leyo bayibiza ngani bokufanele ukuthi ngabe sikhuluma ukuthi yini bathini bo bypacker ngibazi laba ba recycler yabo mama yayibona lo dodi nani kuyathengiswa khona lapho but iCoghsta ngicela ukuthi ni check ukuthi iCoghsta mina ngiyacabanga futhi ngiyakholwa ukuthi yayikhipha imali yokuimplement ifunding yiko ngithi sicela nimlandelele ubaba ohambile administrator ningamyeki ni concentrate la okushayeka khona kalulu administrator ohambile sicela nihlale kuye nifune lona le funding yakuCoghsta ukuthi yini and ifinance angithi khona lapha izonibonisa ukuthi kuhamba kanjani ngihlala lapha mina eVodacom abantu bashisa udoda angithi ile illegal dumping and nalamapali abogesi ayasha bese siswela ugesi ingakho ngithi district mayilekelele ukuklina ukuthi sikhone nokuthi sikline lama illegal dumping but iplan yamasipala ikuphi ke lapho masoklinile ngoba mangiceda klina kuyachithwa fanele umasipala aqhubeke akamikise lama law enforcers ku training akhona ngithi abawatrain lama law enforcers abawatrain lama law enforcers so that sizokhona ama-by law enforcers angithi ngibeka kahle yayibona ababamikise ku training and if le funding engikhuluma ngayo ukuthi iCoghsta ayilethanga but ithole niqala ukuthi ilethile mangabe ayilethanga iCoghsta mayingenelele ukuthi ku-implementwe lento yalama dumpings bima-ke sengiyaqeda-ke sinabo Apollo sithi abo high mass light angithi kune program eyayilethiwe la ya implementwa kayi-1 esicelayo ukuthi sicela intervene INEP angithi grant INEP and ngathi futhi basesekhona la yokuthi balekelele ukuthi kukhanye eLekwa vele bebakwenza asazi ke kwenzakalani ke kule 2 years ngoba bekune MOU kule 2 years endaweni eziningi kumnyama akuhambeki besicela ukuthi umasipala bamlekelele ngalento yabo eApollo because kwakune budget and la ebenze khona I think 3 years back kusakhanya bo Apollo la abangenzanga khona kuwest kakhulu and icrime iyakhula and sisakhuluma la nangale intervention ngibonile labathe kune intervention team noma singatshelwanga siyayicela ukuthi le intervention team ayingenelele kule pipe lase Elibet ingenelele isibukele le bill leyo administrator bekadila ngayo lapha eloneni phela mangikhuluma ngeApple Jew ngikhuluma sort of 5-star hotel yaseLekwa and then mawukhuluma ngokuthi ukhiphe ugesi kusho ukuthi uyidisturb lento le infrastructure and ugesi angekulunga mhlawumbe nokuchecka lokho ukuthi ngikhuluma into correct or engakho correct and usazoqhubeka administrate kulabo abanye abomasipala ngalendlela administrator ngayo next time mhlawumbe manibuka izinto checkani ni checke kahle zonke izinto kungafiki ukuthi umuntu athi hey ngoba laba bathe nawo yiloko ngingakho ngibuzile ukuthi Elibet nawo amanzi na till today ngiyabonga
On the issue of the audit outcomes, they are saying if he was here in the last financial year, which we are talking about, some of the things we will have to follow up on the performance of that administrator. But I think we'll come at the end, to say what would be the proper process to follow. But generally, the issue was about that administrator. Allegations that says his deployment might not have been innocent. So that was the picture. Mandi vumele wena ke izongena ke ngoku mama.
I'm still young, I'm very flexible. I know I'm flexible, I'm still young.
Ngiyanibingelela egameni lenkosi uJesu Kristu, amen. Mina ngusonto Shabalala, ngihlala extension 7. Angazi lokho engizokhuluma ngazi noma kuzohluka na. Mina nginenkinga la endaweni engihlala khona, extension 7. Bengisacela ukwazi ukuthi izindlu zama RDP zakhelwa abantu abanjani. Ngoba mina ngiyabhalisa, nakuthiwa kuyabhaliswa, ngiyabhaliswa. Ngiyaya kobhalisa indlu. Kodwa into engimangazayo, izindlu bandlula mina la bakhela umakhelwane wami next door. Bathi bakhela abogogo abantu abanabo ma-50 abantu abadala nabantu abanama-50. Angithula ngithi ngiyabheka la ngihlala ngakhona mhlambe estradini sami umntwana omncane unendlu ononyaka ongaphansi kwewami. Manje mina angiyazi lento ukuthi isetshenzwa kanjani ngoba ayingiphathi kahle mina lonto leyo. Ngiphinde futhi ngibuye la ngisakhuluma ngayo indaba yama RDP. Abantu abangasibo bala endaweni yethu banezindlu, ama-foreigner nezindlu. Abantu abasebenza umsebenzi omuhle banezindlu. Thina asinazi izindlu. Manje mina ngazi ukuthi ngibhilonga kuphi ngoba nakubhaliswa njalo ngiyaya kobhalisa indlu kodwa angiyitholi. But nangithi ngiyochecka indlu bathi mina angiphumi, angivele computeni ku system. Kodwa nangabe kuyavotwa ngiyahamba ngiyochecka igama lami lapha yana ukuthi ngivotile. Lapho ngiyachamuka ngazi mina kwenzakalani. Lapho ngiyachamuka. Manje angazi ukuthi lento lena mina ngiyenze njani, ngibhalise ngiyokubhalisa kuliphi ilizwe indlu yami la izovela khona ngazi. Bengicela iloko nje.
But there's no positive response. He's saying foreigners are getting houses and people who are well-to-do, they also get houses. I think that's the summary of the... Now the next would be Bongani Ngete, what, 9? Yeah, no.
Ngiyabingelela ngibingelela iParliamente ngibingelela executive mayor ngibingelela no speaker wase district amakhansela ngapha ngeke ngwabingelele ngoba udoti. Into engizoyisho namhlanje i1 i-Elibet yakhipha imali kumasipala. I-Elibet yanikeza umasipala imali. Yezi Elibet yaye court ukuthi masipala ungivalelana amanzi because ngikubhadalile. Ngizostopa lapho. Bese ke ngiyacakeka la kamasipala la. Kunesuwa ephakathi evela lapha emageyidini. La emageyidini lapha la ngale. La kungena imoto yameya khona. Kunesuwa ehambayo mara sinamakhansela khona. Ayenzani? La makhansela abona isuka phakathi kamasipala ivuza. Noma singaya lapha ekhoneni ikhona. Ayenzani lawo makhansela lawo? Athini njoba cacaza lisuwa lapha. Singene la phakathi ku building kunqolile. Kunqolile. La kamasipala. Noma singangena ngingabona nani. Number 3, station 8. 4 amavika ayi4 banganamanzi. Station 8 baze bayomasha. Sabiza uMMC. uMMC welona welona comrade Majozi. Sambiza wathi yena ngeke yeze. Ephone through phone the MMC. Ngikhuluma ngasemaplazini mina ngumuntu wasemakhaya asinamanzi uma emakhaya. But bakhona ama-councillors the MMC akhona. Abantu bayasafara. Ama-windmill waqina nini ukuyenza ukhando emakhaya. Abantu emakhaya baqhoshwa. Mara ama-councillor akhona. Ababukile abantu. Plus nelona i-executive mayor simazi nokumazi thina emakhaya. The councillors wonke aswazi. Sawazi the time last wakhe siyoyenzani bayofunga kuphela. Aswazi. Ngizogcina lapho ngiyabonga.
The summary is that he knows something about Elibet that the other speaker raised earlier. It looks like then Elibet is a subject of discussion here. It's some kind of a company. Then sewerage problems that are close to the municipality is now asking councillors, what are you doing about that? Extension 8 March, an MMC who was called and refused to go there. Then they are saying Emakaya, I'm not sure Emakaya, it means rural areas where they are staying. They don't know the mayor. I think that's the summary. I'm summarizing. If wrong, you will still have opportunity to correct that. Let's go to the next one. It's Mbali Lutuli Kosatu.
Oh, okay. No, Sanbonani, mbingelele delegation from Parliament. Bese ngibingelela yini community aseLekwa. But I am so disappointed ukuthi the Parliament can sit and view this number of people as ngathi abantu baseLekwa. This is not the number. Yomphakathi waseLekwa. There was a delegation from the Minister Yaga Water and Sanitation earlier this year. bayenza inspection yabo, then they were supposed to come and address umphakathi. They came to this hall. There was only few abantu ababekhona kwi hall. Then the minister said, I came here to come and address the community of Lekwa because it's them who are affected. So I will therefore postpone this meeting for umasipala ukuthi uhambe uyomobilize umphakathi, then the meeting will continue. I'm surprised ukuthi today the whole delegation of Parliament is here, finding the very same number of people abathi bona representa umphakathi waseLekwa kule number engaka. In short, this must paint a picture to you as the delegation about the problems of Lekwa. Umasipala is operating here, there in isolation. Then the communities are there behind. I got to know about this meeting via WhatsApp. My understanding is that the office of the speaker, ifaka ne community participation. Ngabe indeed this sitting was very important to come and bring solutions and listen to the people of Lekwa. The speaker was supposed to hail yesterday. And the meeting was supposed, this meeting was supposed to go to Esakile Stadium. Now we have our own stadium as Lekwa. This meeting was supposed to go to Esakile Stadium where everybody will be there. The meeting is sitting at town hall. I have to come here, I have to pay 15 rand for a tax to be part of this meeting. This is the sad picture of Lekwa. I don't know, should I be excited to we are here? After Senhambile, there will be any interventions. Because there's a lot of former delegation coming to Lekwa and going, but our situation remains the same, if not worse. That is a very sad part. I won't be repeating what our Amalata speakers have said, but I want to put an emphasis on the issue of service delivery, specifically on the issue of electricity and water. I want to share the issue as a country suffering from load shedding. But as Lekwa, in the load shedding here, there's no load shedding here as com. And that is affecting livelihood. And I'm speaking on behalf of Coghsta because that is affecting the issue of Sibande. The early bed that is popular, everybody's talking about early bed. Day in and day out, they are forced to retrench workers. Because issue inkinga yamanzi, issue inkinga yogesi. Ngabe bengisebenza 5 days a week, now shift yami is either now ngathini sengizosebenza in terms of hours. The issue of water. Currently this year early, there's other company engathi mina ngikhula ngivela eLekwa beyikhona Mills. Mills is also retrenching workers as I'm speaking to you now. Because of the issue of service delivery. Last week, in Simango clinic there, workers were forced to go to Batik. Today we are downing tools because there's no running water. And the clinic, remember, so they must have running water. We went there for inspection. They are saying we are receiving amanzi from Municipality, tanks. But we have to call Municipality every morning and remind them. Sometimes the truck will come at 12, sometimes the truck will come at 1, sometimes the truck will not come at all. Can you imagine a health institution without running water? Our people are affected. I am from a school level where schools are forced to go to them as knock off early because there's no water. So meaning, service delivery issue is not only affecting us as residents, it is also affecting our institutions of service of delivery. They must go and access those services, but they are unable to due to issue. One speaker is indicating to say Umasipala was dissolved by the parliament itself. My question to you guys is that after it dissolved that municipality and the institute investigations, what were your findings? Because I am seeing there's no culture of accountability. Day in and day out, there were hawks, taking documentation and everything and investigation. there is a Section 106 report. Till this day, we don't know what our findings are. We don't know what is happening. The letter speaker is indicating to say there was an that was deployed to Lekwa from KZN, where a KZN babemqoshele for corruption. Our former she was there as the of Lekwa. After our talks of an investigation because there were allegations of corruption. Where is that report? Can we have that? Because now, we're going to come here and sit, then make commitments, then go on investigations. There's no accountability, meaning the situation of Lekwa is going to remain the same. Can I talk about the issue of land? You know, we are having the municipality, we don't. This is just a building that is there. But in terms of what is supposed to happen, it left a lot to be desired. So I hope as we are here, we are not only going to come and listen to us and then come a different delegation where we have to repeat ourselves, you know, because it's going to be a very sad day. And potholes, and everything. What is that telling you about Lekwa? What is that telling you even about our interventions? Currently, there's load shedding. You know, a municipality, there's not even a generator, a backup generator to say, then at least the services. Sometimes you'll go there to come and try to pay services. They will tell you, we are unable to work because there's no electricity. Then that tells you there's no municipality. Every time ugesi load shedding, issue of amanzi siba affected, and we don't have a backup generator. Can you imagine? So those are the issues people of Lekwa that are facing. It's said it's only a few people that are coming here to raise those few issues. Can I also talk about the issue of land? You know, that is why you end up finding people going grabbing land, because the issue of Lekwa has been 18 years, and us as workers, we want to go and buy land, but we are unable to, we are renting. And umasipala unomhlaba, uma ngabe go and engage, they will tell you they don't have money to develop land because masipala akana mali. So meaning we don't have a municipality. So we are hoping as we are here today, we are going to come back with solutions. If comrades, people have to be fired, so be it. Because we cannot be having people who are managers sitting there and doing nothing, getting paid the sector's money. Thank you.
At least she tried to mix, at least you could pick a sense from him. Then there are two speakers remaining. In terms of our time, we will now have to be very strict. It's Mohammed Sekot.
Good day to you people, Parliament. Sanbonani. I think I'm going to speak in Zulu because the majority is in Zulu. Inkinga yami yesiwa. Amasiwa aya overflow aya standardton, it's unacceptable. And in my case, isiwa ingena ichariti yami. Because the main sewer line ye council ihamba ichariti yami. Abantwana bami they're unsafe. It's an unhealthy situation, right? Mo phone la council bafika after 5 days, and then muntu mezo cleaner le train ufuna ukuthi umshayela ngaphansi kwetafula. Umsebenzi wabo bayabhatalwa, right? But thina fanele sibhatale phansi kwetafula ngoba ufuna ukuhlala in a healthy situation. So my request to Parliament, please, let's get our infrastructure right in Standerton. I'm living at number 1 Calling Street in Stan West, right? Malini Zulu, amanzi, ama-train ablokiwe. Amanzi angene ejardini yami, right? Ngiyabafonela ama-councillor, Mapaseka will know this thing, she's a ward councillor. In fact, about this meeting, we knew nothing about it until she phoned me this morning to say, please come there. So we do have a problem in Standerton. And I'm afraid now, because I've spoken out, I'm going to be victimized. Right? I've got a property in Lang Street that I have sold, that I've split up and sold 5 years ago. They're still charging me the full rates and taxes. Up to 2 months ago, I've been told, just pay for what you've got left. Now I've been threatened with the email. If you don't pay, we will cut your services. Now, is this the way we run a country? It's worse than a Gestapo. So please, we are requesting assistance. Thank you.
Even this one tried to summarize. I was informed that the first speaker that I called has arrived. Lekwa Big Black Business Forum.
Sanibonani. Igama lami nguThemsile ngwakaqhakaza Sibongo. Angikuba mude kakhulu because leadership mbali usekushaye konke. We've got a serious problem eLekwa. Ngusomabhizinisi omncane osafufuza. Angiboni ukuthi ngisazokhula la ekhaya. Futhi angeke size sikhule la ekhaya njengomuntu wesifazane. Number 1, la Lekwa abantu besifazane bamabhizinisi abamnyama ababhekelelwanga. Number 2, osomabhizinisi bala ekhaya bayaphinda benza umsebenzi oyi-1 njalo. It's only one company enza umsebenzi owodwa. Mawungana mali angeke uze ufinyelele phambili. Bengine laundry cause akekho ekhaya osebenzayo nga end up sengiyivala ngenxa yamanzi. Siphila ngamanzi truck. Ukuze ube namanzi we truck fanele njalo wenza ama phone calls kamasipala kubo MEC. Engikucelayo baphatha bakhona la matraka agijima elokishini sisaqala phume kokulungiswe okufanele ukuze wonke umuntu ohlala elokishini one problem yamanzi akhone ukuthola amanzi empompini. Siyahlupheka when it comes to amanzi. Ngivalile business ngenxa yokuthi amanzi awekho. Mawungena from R23 ungene ngeRoberts Drift. Kunodoti omningi kakhulu. Awuthuthwa udoti elokishini. So ngasathuthwanga udoti elokishini, ama truck afika ngesikhathi afuna ngaso. Sesibafakile abo George emakhaya. Sine problem iserious ukutheni isithelelwe. Siyaqala leadership siboneni asinamali asisebenzi siyawadinga amanzi awaphume empompini. You are aware of that, but you are doing nothing about it. Guys, last Standerton, I'm representing a #IAM. I'm a chairperson. Siyasokora kakhulu when it comes to abantwana aba disabled. Asinaso isikolo sabantwana aba disabled. Abantwana bethu they are traveling all from Standerton to eSekunda kubo Treasury. Siyasicela isikolo sabantwana aba disabled. Size ku Department of SAPS. We are struggling kakhulu. Ama van, ama police asinikeza inkinga. Sinama cases whereby abanye abakakhoni ngisho ukufinyelela some of ama SAPS. Siyacela kakhulu SAPS department, can you please go there as government and investigate ekutheni siyashodelwa. Department of Health, i-ambulance ifika umuntu sekashonile. Siyacela kakhulu ngenelelani. Sibuye size emgwaqeni. Hayi bedile. Ibramo ifakile ibele laphunyuka. Ubamba selingaphandle ngenelelani. Siyanicela kakhulu. Ngibhlungu ngale number ela. Next time manibuye siyaqala lento ibe sesakhile stadium whereby wonke umphakathi ohlukumezekile abuya azokhuluma veza uvo lwakhe. Ngoba mani la thina sikhuluma lokho okuncane kunomphakathi olimele kakhulu emotionally, physically and financially. Siyanicela kakhulu. Kuyimanje lento esiyenza la, lento eyenzeka la besingayazi somphakathi. Sithole kuma social media. Siyacela kakhulu ngenelelani kuyabheda la kule office. Job opportunities, amathenda kuma bulletin awaphume ukuze sikwazi ukufunda siye phambili sisizakale. Kungabi ukuthi umntaka bakhe kufanele athole ini. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Parliament nathi ke ngoba silapha kufanele basiphefumule ke ngoba benithetha kodwa ke apho kufuneka sikhombe khona uba kwenzeke ntoni mhlambe siqale kule ndawo ethi besingabizanga umphakathi wonke besibiza is critical stakeholders yilento ebizelwe eholweni so kuyaba ngupresident oyawubiza eyase stadium kodwa besithatha ngoba thina abasibabizileyo yayivakele ethini ixelelwe namhlanje mhlambe nayizolo ithethe ukuthi ke ngokukhona into ekufuneka siyilungise next time funeka sivula amehlo xa sibiza inhlanganiso siyazi uba ngubani osincedisayo ukubiza le nhlanganiso ngobani abasibabizayo bacacelwe nabo uba silindele ntoni so sawuphucula ke loo nto next time. Okwesibini nithi kungathi kanti ningabantu babane befika apha kuthethwe kuhanjwe kwawugqiba ungabikho kwanto ebeyenzekile eyenza umahluko engathi nisayothuka nalento uba abanye bakungenelelwe ntoni kulo masipala walapha. Why did we intervene? Abanye bayayazi uba kutheni so ithetha ukuthi kukho ingxoxo eqhubekayo apha ekuhlaleni niwa ngokuwa uba bekungenelelwa kuba kutheni so naleyo ke mhlawumbi le nhlanganiso yethu izawusincedisa sitsho sicacelwe kodwa ke ngizawuthatha izandla honorable members. I'm saying they have spoken. Normally when anybody speaks to the committee I usually take hands from the members if there are any issues you would want to engage on. But I was equally saying to them, there is intervention here in terms of section 139, subsection 7. So we will have to focus at that singabaxhamli benkonzo as people who receive services to tell us whether there's any difference or there's no difference. The picture that I'm picking, you are still seeing that municipal building standing there and you are standing somewhere. You don't see anything positive coming out of that. We want to say there's intervention. So even that assessment, it means we'll keep on trying to understand whether intervention works or not, it does not work. But any hands, honorable members? One, Honorable Hadebe, two, Honorable Mkalipi, three, Honorable Spies, four, Honorable Mbumza. I will not prescribe what you, okay. I'm trying to get a sense as to how do we proceed. Honorable Hadebe.
Thank you so much, Chair. Indeed, I am still Begi Hadebe, a member of the committee. I just want to appreciate the time that you have taken to raise all the issues. Allow me to express myself in English so that we avoid translating to include everyone to understand and be able to contribute positively. But Chair, I won't respond to all the issues, but I thought I should explain the issue of the intervention. Ifuna ukucacisa lo mcimbi we-intervention and its constitutional implication. And how does it happen that a municipality is placed under administration? So that at least we all understand what happened and where we are. Indeed, Chair, it had to take a Gauteng High Court. Remember, we are a constitutional democracy. Whatever the court says, courts do not make laws. They interpret laws for us based on what the constitution, legislation, and other acts are saying. Now the court interpreted the laws for us and arrived at the decision and forced Coghsta to intervene by placing the municipality under administration, section 139, subsection 7. Now that section says you take over until a new council is established. On the 1st of November, there were local government elections. A new council was established. Automatically and constitutionally, that therefore meant that administration must cease to exist, but the intervention itself is still there because there is what we call a financial recovery plan with its sections and aims of what it must achieve. The only thing that is not there now is that national government and provincial government is no longer a council. When you take over the powers, that person become a council himself or herself. But once the new council is established, that intervention stops, but the overall intervention of making sure that we assist the municipality to recover financially and otherwise in terms of service delivery to the community continues until such time that all the objectives within that financial recovery plan are achieved. We must also be honest to ourselves. Even the Human Rights Commission came to Lekwa, made an assessment and submitted its report to say the municipality is no longer able to fulfill its constitutional mandate to the citizen, that of providing services to the challenges and the problems of Lekwa did not start when the administrator was here. I always, wherever I go, okay. By the way, my other life, Comrade Mkhalip, I am the Provincial Secretary of SANCO in the Western Cape. So we are always advocating for truth to power, people-driven and people-centered development. Here we were told that council at some point had to be closed for 5 weeks because the speaker, the mayor, and the MM were not seeing eye to eye. Those were the historic challenges. We were told the audit committee is not capacitated to do its work. So our challenges did not start yesterday. We are here to also not listen to AG, not to listen to audit reports, but to listen to the affected stakeholders, beneficiaries of the services. Is what we are being told true? We are not here for you to defend each other or accuse each other. Share your challenges and problems with us. Do not defend the indefensible. We do not have water in Lekwa. You do not have electricity in Lekwa. That's what we want to hear and resolve as public representative. I am standing here because I'm representing the people. So I must not stand here and justify the wrong. I must accept everything that you are telling us and go out and look into how do we then solve your problems and challenges. Some of you came close to telling us what we want to hear in terms of your challenges. Remember, Tina, we are not from this place. You are our eyes and ears on the ground. You must speak truth to power. We're going to fix the issue of communication with stakeholders. It is highly unacceptable if indeed it is true that you heard on social media as stakeholders. Stakeholders are also representative of different interest groups. Sanko represent Abahlali, church leaders represent. So you have different constituency represented here, even if they are not here physically. But it is unacceptable that key and critical stakeholders, they were not informed in time. Sizwile leyo will take it and will fix. There is no need for us to make excuses for that. You have also raised issues of which is critical, that indeed there was intervention. What is the outcome of that report? Did it achieve its intended purposes? We will have to make sure that all the outcomes and findings within that, it is made public. You are also raising issues, okay, let me say it's allegation by right now because they have not been proven, and by law, no one should be condemned unheard. It's called audi ateram patem. So whatever allegation you are making, we can't take it as a gospel truth. We must go and investigate. There are issues of early birth. There are issues of women in business that you are saying one company keeps on getting businesses over and over again at the expense of the other. What touches my heart, Umama Uti, she's been on the housing waiting list forever. Her neighbors get houses, but when she goes back from time to time, she's been told that you do not appear on the list. I would request that, Mama, you give us your details so that we take, remember, we are not Alpha and Omega. As solve everything, others belong to other departments. We can assist by taking your queries to the relevant portfolio committee of human settlement, but we are not going to say, aye, we are not dealing with houses, we're not going to attend. We'll take that information. So siyacela uze ngaphambili. Even the Mr. Mohammed, who complained also about stormwater drainage that gets blocked, and when you report, councillors comes after 5 days, and when they come, they want to be bribed because of doing what they are paid to do. We'll want that information so that we deal with correct, relevant, and accurate issues. So mine was just to explain the issue of the intervention so that you don't think there was an intention to benefit someone by placing municipality under admin. Court spoke and we had to abide by the court ruling and act accordingly. Enkosi Sihlalo.
Thank you. Thank you. To those who I have not greeted, good morning. I just want to raise 3 things, Chair. First of all, I think it's important that the issue of public participation and public consultation be sorted. And I want to, in that regard, ask if there are active ward committees within Lekwa Municipality and if indeed it's operational and that ward councillors are indeed having ward committee meetings, because that's one of the many channels one can use for communication for important events like this, through the Speaker's office. I think, Chairperson, and to everyone here, the core problem that has been raised by more than 3 people today is that there is a total disjuncture between the political leadership and the administration. We've heard it yesterday, we've heard it today. Now, I want to say the following. The one thing that all of you have in common in this hall is that you are all suffering. You are all not getting the basic services or the right of access to basic services, correct? And yet, what I sense is that people still want to blame whoever. You are all suffering. So the onus is on you to take charge of the problem and the issues collectively. Whether you are suffering under the current leadership that's only here for a year, or whether the previous leadership that was here for tons of years, the fact remains you are suffering. So you need to take up your rightful role as citizens of Lekwa, and you need to say, if you say that you have waited 3 hours for staff to help you, have you put a formal complaint about that staff member? So it's no point you telling us who is going to leave today. You need to make sure that you have actually put a formal complaint against a staff member who did not execute his or her duties, so that there can be a process, because there's a process that needs to be started with staff members that blatantly do not execute their responsibilities. And people need to be fired, but for people to be fired, there needs to be a process. And that process can only start if you take your rightful place and you raise those issues. We have raised the issues of basic services, the electricity problem and the water problem yesterday, and we are well aware of the things that are happening here. And it is our commitment that we will take it up, and we have heard yesterday that things are happening. Now, I want to say that besides the basic services, it was enlightening for me to have a young man stand up and say that you have youth centers. Because even if you are not having the things that you really are entitled to, like basic services, there are other things that are also happening. And I heard not only a youth center, but youth centers. To the young men, I want to say, that's great. And I would like to say to you that you need to make sure that the agencies and the channels that government has put there for young people, like the NYDAs of this world and all of that, needs to tap into what you are doing, and you need to get them here, and we can help you to do that. Because when we are fixing the basic things, other things must happen. Local economic development must go on. Young people must have hope in the morning when they get up. And it's enlightening for me to see that. I want to say that to political leadership here, in the absence of the mayor and others, you need to take a stance. In politics, you are not in a popularity contest. You need to make sure that you deal with the officials that are actually showing you the backside. You need to start the processes so that you can clean up your house. Otherwise, we will come back here in a year's time and you will sit with the same problems, and the very people that needs you to act in their interest will still be frustrated and will still be without electricity and water and clean areas and proper streets. So collectively, this community, you need to stand together irrespective of your political alignment. You need to take people to task, and whether it's your friend or your family or your comrade, you must deal with this. And it will only help if you take hands with your elected leaders and the people who want to work for Lekwa. Lots of organizations are functioning and operational that are just doing their jobs and the responsibilities, and as civil society, you need to take hands, please. This can be dealt with, but we can't be playing a blame game all the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ngiyabonga sihlalo, umhlangano. Nami ngizokhuluma isiZulu ngoba abahlali bakhuluma isiZulu. Cishe ngathi amandla. Ngakhohle ukuthi siseParliament. Sihlalo, ngicabanga ukuthi some of the issues that kade ikhulunywa la nathi sike sawabuza kahle izolo, so unfortunately you were not there yesterday. Besihlangene nabo bonke omasipala aba under le district beholwa umeya we district. Kakhulukazi nje wabona le matter edominatayo ka National Coghsta lo wafika wathi uzoba administrator. That's why I asked specifically question here with other members ukuthi ubani lo administrator. Ngoba thina our duty here is to go back and check what we have raised here. Funeke siqale lapho ka Coghsta. But before kuqala umhlangano izolo nathi sike safuna ingcaciso ukuthi nisekhona la njengo Coghsta after 4 years. 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. 4 years. Kodwa still lo masipala usathola i-audit outcome from AG kusathiwa ayikho into eshintshile. Sasisithi ke okay sizobuyela back ngoba funeke si understand our role njengoba Honorable Hadebe was also trying to explain. In National Coghsta a reporter straight to uminister ku executive. So thina njenge committee nathi sifuna incazelo noma impendulo ku executive committee ukuthi okay nithumela umuntu lapha eLekwa kodwa after 4 years there's no change. Kusafana nje. Basazosichazela ke. Then ke siyathembisa ke sihlalo ukuthi if sesithola lezo impendulo nathi njenge committee ngoba njobe esho Honorable Speaker thina inini enibalekile njengomphakathi ngoba singahlala la silalele bona njengomasipala, but if we are not getting ama issues from the community it means nathi we are the part and parcel of failing you as members omphakathi. Say not analeyo ukuthi this meeting was not publicized. Khona ke umuntu washo bazoshoko obhiki no whip because basebancane uthi don't hide anything from masses. Uyabona nje mawazi ukuthi we are not hiding anything as a public servant. I don't understand ukuthi why umphakathi noma ama stakeholders are not told to come and attend. Because if we public servant noma uthi uphathisiwe ngoba siphathisiwe la. We didn't apply to be in parliament. My political party, which is EFF, said go and represent the poorest of the poor. So mase ngithole lo position as a deployment, I must be able to work for a community. If a community, I'm not satisfied on 1, 2, 3, I must be able to respond ngoba nami ngihlale ngilapho every day to ensure ukuthi izinto eraised by community are attended to. Angikwazi if I'm deployed now, sengizofihla community ngifihlele nama meeting. There's something wrong there. Ake sinuke amakhwapha as deployees. Funeke sinuke amakhwapha as deployees. Yabona lento yama position must not change who we are. Ngoba tomorrow ngizo deploy, tomorrow ngizo recallwa. So my priority must be a community. That is one. Number 2, uyabona ke some of the issues enishoyo kakhulukazi usisi. I think usisothe ukhala nge-RDP house. Isiraisile leyo nto, siyajabula futhi ukuthi u-local mayor who is not here. Angazi nakhona ngikuthathi kahle lokho. Akwehli kahle. Ngoba u-local mayor must be here to hear the cries of the community. To hear what are the issues of my community as a mayor. But he responded kulezi zinto ze-RDP siyitholile leyo as a committee ukuthi la kufike si-apply mesi-apply singabahlali ziphume futhi izindlu kodwa mase yiphuma izindlu ayiphumi egameni likababa uMpumza oyi-applicant. Kuthiwa khona i-case kababa omdala bambiza ngomkhulu in one of the areas here. Bambona ukuthi baba omdala weza la kwiLekwa Municipality ezobheka ukuthi iphi indlu yami engayi-applyela ngedate ethile. Bafika la bangamphendula kahle. He had to go ayeka Department of Human Settlement le Mbombela. La wafika waphendulwa khona ukuthi ayindle yakho cha inika umkhaliphi khona yena kodwa inika umkhaliphi. So we do know ukuthi ke kunazo zinto ezifana nalezo in terms of RDP houses. Nezinye ke amalungu eParliament aseshila ukuthi no, as a committee nathi we are going to ask, for instance le yama women who are in business. Hayi bakwethu akungadlalwa ngabafazi abasebancane. Akungadlalwa njengabafazi abasebancane. So naye sizofuna nje sithole report okwethu ukuthi sithole report bese ke senze nama follow up and siyathembisa ukuthi thina ngeke sifane nabanye njengaleli committee. Thina kuleli committee sihlangene ANC, iEFF, iDA, FF plus, but sikhuluma with one voice because we understand ukuthi if there is no service delivery, there is no committee. There is no committee. Nathi singamane kube khona into ethi khona into wrong ngathi if we are going to fight amongst ourselves here. Ukuthi uba nophethe we don't care. Asikwazi ukubingelelwa i-potholes ngena la. Hello malungu eParliament. I-pothole. No. Asikwazi ukuthi sibe nomphakathi esitshelwa kona ukuthi awa amanzi nje into engekho. And then one of the speakers who even said, I have to close down my small business engiphilisayo nabantu abami because of water. No, Chairperson, we have to look at after these issues. But okay, I'm happy the district here is here. Even yesterday, the mayor size to Coghsta kancane la sabona ukuthi at least the mayor uthanda umsebenzi wayo. So ke mayor sizothi meke mesesihambile siyicommittee siphinde silandelwe ama report ukuthi how do you intervene on issues that are affecting umphakathi waseLekwa. Ngiyabonga sihlalo.
Masibonge sihlalo. Sikhahlele la kumphakathi. Lama issues niwa raise la. Abuthakathaka. Very sensitive. Ngoba athacha lives zabantu. Kodwa ke siqale la uba uDlamini ya nafco la makhansela la othi masingawashayi hayi asiwashayi koko siwanika ugquzi wokhozi ngemibuzo ebukhali ebaveza phandle ukuthi awusebenzanga la bufana busebenzile la ngoba ireport esitholile yethi ku-AG lama council abekhona yonke leminyaka edlulile akanalo ugqozi lolusolokozi lokuthi benze ukuthi iadministration igijime 24/7 kuthi ukuthi ibi administration eshaya isiginci badanisele iofficials nayi problem lapha ikhona fanele ke ngoku nakunjalo siwashaya amakhansili siwanika ugqozi lokuba kwazi ukuba abasebenzi bagijime ngaso sonke isikhathi basinkonzo abasebenzi bangabiza ichomi nefriends zamakhansela ayawuba ulahlile umcimbi once abezi friend neofficials ngoba okulandelayo kobo buhlobo kuzaba ku corruption aphethe ukansela sayibheka le nobi official liyona ngoba uyazi ukuthi ifriend yakhe yilento ke kufuneka sikhiphe la emakhansileni kuqala awazi ukuthi azowenzani la azomela abantu akana friend nanathi okwesibili endifuna nje ukucacisa leli liCommittee of Parliament linikwe logqozi uParliament lokuthi lenze oversight lifike ngemifubuzo livumbulule zonke into ezifihliwe la zibekwe libala ukwenzela ukuthi kuzilunge. Funeka ke sohlule kwi-Committee of Parliament ne-executive ka-President uCyril ne-members ze-executive omama uNkosazana abona bafaka lo section 139 ayisithi thina sojonga ukuthi njengoba bemfakile nje ngoba siyesithi thina okokuqala efanele baniyayenza nina executive ukuba niyabaxhasa omasipala ngokomgaqo-seko section 154 nibanike izakhono ezifanelekile ukuthi umsebenzi wabo bawenze. And eyogcina xa sonke ke zokuthi sizenzile singasebenzi siye ku-139 thina sobheka ukuthi lo 139 uyasebenza kahle unemiphumela kahle ukuthi umasipala akwazi ukusebenza sinkonzo ebantwini. Yiko lo sila xa sidibana nani sesidibene nomasipala sivile samamela sabuza. Yabona kukho into ezininzi endizithola la namhlanje endingazithola ngizolo. The issue of the sewer is never sharply raised today like yesterday. That is a serious problem. Sewer leaks, refuse. Kukho inkonzo ezingundoqo, basic services. Basic. I-refuse removal is a basic service. Akukho nendlela ongayijustifya ngayo uyixikozele uma ungayenzi. Awunawuntshela ukuthi awunamali kune-staff la kwamasipala ngaphandle ukuthi akho administration. Sixelelwe la kule mhlangano ukuthi hey kunenkinga ye-refuse. Kunama-dam site kuyanuka nje all over. Yet the primary function of the municipality is refuse collection. Yabona ke sihlalo pha eBuffalo City kube kwakho le problem. Ndayaphanda abuza abantu that hayibo masikhangele innovative way. Yabona nje ba umasipala engazi ukuqokelela inkulumo la yithatheni ngokwenise phana nifike nimcharge. Nifike nithi asijiki la usibhatale phela sikususela inkunkuma umsebenzi wakho. Ama-official akho akasebenzi. So ke nathi we have to look at innovative ways of assisting the municipality when it's failing to collect refuse. Yet they are billing us. Lezi zinto zesuwa ndizibuza umbuzo ngondle lapho ba ndidla ngoyibuza ke le question sihlalo. I-primary function kamasipala singazibiza zonke ezinye izinto i-asset management. Manje lama pipe amanejwa phi la aqaphuka all over. Singumasipala sinayo i-department of division responsible for asset management. Kubenye ingxaki thina sikomasipala esifena sana nayo ukuthi sihlala nje hayi lezi nkonzo zikhona azasesi akho policy yokumanager as assets. Ngoba kaloku i-asset uyayithenga kube ke isikhathi uyibheka bona seyoyisakala manje ufuna ukuchintshwa. Yinto ke leyo thina bantu kufuneka sithe gqolo kulandela umasipala uyayenza lonto. Okugqibela ingxokolo la endiyimamele uthi umasipala ule abantu far away. Yet this municipality is a product of society. Kwenzeka kanjani? I-constitution yelilizwe ithi luxanduva lukamasipala kula misebenzi emihlanu idweliswe pha 152 noba 154 whatever it is. Kodwa yenye yeze la msebenzi ithi luxanduva lukamasipala ukuthi imibutho yasekuhlaleni nabantu mabathathe igxathu elithe xaxeshe ngiyakhuluma isiXhosa ke ngoku elithe xaxeshe kulawulo lwabo. Nina ngoku nisinika umfanekiso ungathi umasipala is a close something somewhere there. None were there. So there is no communication nalo masipala. Umasipala ke wophula umthetho oqala iconstitution. Othi kuzo zonke decision azithathayo mazibe ziphefumlelwe yile society. 2 iconstitution le uma ubheka pha kula Systems Act uyayaphula umasipala ngoba ithi umasipala makakhangele imechanism zokusebenzisana nani ngalo lonke ixesha ekuhlaleni. Xa ke wophula umthetho icrime leyo. Into erifani bokuvula icase emaphoyiseni ubanjwe. Yeah. So kumasipala akakufuneki nide niye kwelixesha. Nide nimse court ngoba ngowenu mangathi kuyamamela akwazi basebenzisane nani. And there are innovative ways, even if finances are not there, there are innovative ways of collective refuse removal. There are innovative ways of addressing these sewages. Siphathisene nabahlali. So makungade kube ngathi lento inkinga kaShobani engeke isombululwe. Kukhona nje indawo yokugqibela ke ndiyeke ethi apha kuba koGxa bam sebeyithachile lento no business nabancane engathi abanandima abayidlalayo. Bendiwuzile ke lo mbuzo izolo. Apha kumasipala uba nicinga uba kukho umuntu ongeza la azotyala imali zakhe ovele amkelwe emaphotholi. Abaniphendulanga kumeya ndiyayazi ukuthi sithe kuba ngoba akawuphendulanga lemibuzo ibhaleni in writing nisiphendulele ngoba nasiyibuza asiyibuzi nje for sesibuzo sifuna siphendulwe sizohamba nayo ukwenzela nasihleli siyiparliament senze recommendation le committee to parliament ibiphendule yonke lemibuzo nathi ke sisofakela wethu amacebiso acebisayo ngoba ngeke ikhule le dolophu kunje kunesuwa lutho akho umuntu ongayobeka imali yakhe lapho kungcolile. Iklini uyoyingcolisa ayizukhula lo mali. And ngeke kubekho bakhenkethi abazala. Yeah. Abazuza. Abakhenkethi, tourist. So abazuza ngoba bathi befika babe phela ngeke nje imoto yakhe awuzuthanda nawe uthi ngena lapha awu. Mathaya best nje ukukhuza uthuli. So zezinto ke ndithi ke zibasic ezinto zifuna umasipala quickly noba nino 10 years okanye 10 months in office. These are the first thing that you must deal with. And in your priorities these things must be high. Zoqala ukudila nazo ngoba they are touching the lives of the people. Ngicela ke nje lo umama uspeaker uspeaker noba ke awuthanga wabuya ngicela udibane nami nandi yafuna unika udetail ngalo elibheti andikuzwanga kahle ngoba ungathe yona inkinga enkulu ekhokhele ukuthi umasipala bephansi kwa-administration kulo elibheti intaka ekhawuleza impela le yakusasa iyabonakala iba futhi ndiyeva kungathi iyaqasha noqasha konke lokho ndiyafuna ke usinike idetail mama kuba umasipala beniqala ukuva ngoelibheti ngasivento kusho ukuthi babesingamizanga besingazahamba singazi noba kwakho elibheti. Esibili endifuna ukuyazi le administrator nayifika la ifaka i-outsourcer i-security so yayingekho i-security. Uqabele seyakhe phezu kwenye.
Enkangala uya-add ama-security, u-add imali phezulu. Kusho ukuthi mina ngoba bengifaka imali eningi sengidliwe but sothatha umuntu wakho sofaka imali so.
All right, Uji, ndiyabulela. Manibulele sihlanu.
Enkosi. Lamalungu bengekho, the members who were not there, I'll be guided by your hands. If not, we'll be trying to summarize now towards the end of the session. Ngoba ke abaphakamisi, you don't want to say anything covered. Now, besilapha njengoba sechilo lamalungu onke ebesummarize ukuthi xa simamele siyikomiti njengoba benithetha intoni esizawukwazi ukuyenza ukusukela ngoku. Kodwa ke besendichilo pha ekuqaleni ndathi izolo besinazo zonke inhlanhla zikarhulumente. Sinaye ngokumeya we-district apha bechola amanqaku ne-executive yakhe. Apha wonke umuntu ngokwarhulumente singalamacandelo mathathu, u-national, u-province, no-local. Sinemisebenzi yethu ebhaliweyo. So xa kuthetha abantu sichola amanqaku. Kufanele uba ke ngoku sibone kusenzeka umahluko. Sekhalazile ke u-Honorable Mkhalipha apha ecakwam ngale nto yongabikho kakamasipala walapha o-local. Uba ingathumela umyalezo orongo loo nto. Ngoba thina njengamalungu epalamente nekomiti sinelungelo lokubiza umuntu noba ngubani eze xa simbizayo. Sibuze imibuzo kufuneka ayiphendule. Naxa ayiphendula kufuneka ayiphendule ngokunyanisekileyo. Uba kenzi ngolo hlobo waphula umthetho. Asitsho ke ngoba sinayo incwadi kameya ecela uxolo. Uxolo ke luyanowuthomos uxolo. So silinotile ke uxolo olo. Kodwa kunabantu abaxhasa umasipala apha abandululwe icabinet kazwelonke. Bamamelela urhulumente bona. Njengoba sithetha apha bayaziva nezindawo kukrokrwayo kuzo uba olungenelelo alufikanga lenze ngolu hlobo. Thina njengamalungu eParliament simamele ngomdla siyabhala. Kodwa ke njengoba besechilo abona abantu kufanele basiqale sibuze kakuhle kubo. Ngabaphathiswa ababini beni bachaza thetha izikhundla ke ngokuba umnomzana uMboweni akasekho pha. Kodwa isikhundla sisekhona so. Ngabo baphathiswa ababini abantu bokuqala imibuzo yethu eyakubo neyokucacelwa phambi basiye eParliamente siyokuthi thaca ireport. Kufuneka sibe sibasabele kakuhle. Athethe kakuhle kamalungu basizimamele kodwa nathi kufuneka sinilumkele sinilumkise. Ningathi njengoba siqhuba umsebenzi karhulumente nibe namacala apha kuthi. Nithathe icala lika Sibande ba yile nto isimoshe lilizwe loo nto. Sizama ukuqiniseka ngokuba urhulumente uyaguquka abe ngowabantu. So ningabi ngabantu babantu. So kufuneka siyinqande loo nto. Sentsho ngoku kuthethwayo siyamamela sibone uba hey ingathi kwabazodefenda apha nabazotheni. Siyegqitha sonke kuloo nto. Sizocela ke nomphakathi kuba mawugqithe. Eyokugqibela ke xa sishwankathela le ntetha besiyimamele apha nendiyixoxayo uba ube buyichaphazela umnumzana uMpumza. Amagunya kamasipala akwi-council, amandla kamasipala namagunya akwi-council akekho kwi-administration. So le ntetha beniyichaza apha nina ngenzeka uba nichaza into eniyibonayo kusenzeka yona. That is wrong. And siyavuma sonke. Inento eyithethayo ke ngathi singumphakathi babantu sibathumela kumasipala bayoba yi-council. Ingathi abawuqinelanga kakuhle lo msebenzi. So ke siyayixoxa ke naleyo ba loo nto izawuthi uzilunge ilungiswe nini kukuhlala. Fact u-Auditor General unomfanekiso asinika wona uba wonke umntu uba uzawusebenza urhulumente kamasipala uqala ngaba bangamagosa aba nikhalazayo lithi batya iKentucky nibalindile pha kodwa niyabayeka. Uqala pha amagosa kufuneka yazi bazokwenzani. Abaphathi balamagosa bawazi uba enzani la magosa. Ku-expectwa yintoni ngabahlali. Sigqame ke kulo kuthiwa ngum-municipal manager oba yi-accounting officer. Bekufanele uba sithi xa sifika sibone uba konke konakele sibuze ngubani u-municipal manager walapha kuthiwe ngulo. Sibuze kutheni esekho xa kukho into enje. Bekufanele uba senza loo nto. Umeya ke ngokugqibela kuba yena uphendulwe eluntwini lonke. Lethi uba sibe nemeya kube kwi-chaos ifika ikhalaze nayo then ithetha ukuthi akukho masipala. Kodwa ke kunjalo umasipala ngowabantu. Nditsho alinawuphakama apha sithi hayi akukho masipala hayi utheni ngowenu. Abona abanikazi kuxhamla inkonzo ngabantu. Yona ke into ekhuthazwayo ngoku kule game sikuyo sikhuthaza abantu abazawuma ngenyawo ngento yabo. Yeke ukuthula imsebenzi wethu bekukhalaza. Umbuzo olandelayo nikhalaza kubani? Kuba abantu babekwe nini? So sizowushumayela loo nto yokuthi make siphendulisaneni and citizenship active yiyo efunekayo kule meko sikuyo. Ndivile ke le nto ithetha nge-resources. Sifuna ku-accountelwe ezibe zizisiwe kuqala. Sizoyibona uba akuzolahleka mali apha. By the way, I think siyahlonipha. Eyona nyani thina ukhona otshiloyo wathi beke zafika ii-hawks zafika intoni. Now if we get details of that njengekomiti kufuneka sibize nezo hawks uba nimane nisiya pha nithathe incwadi kuthiwa pha yaphelela phi laa nto naniyenza. Bazawusiphendula thina bazawunyanzeleka baphendule uba hayi saya pha sazithatha incwadi asabona nto. Sibabuze anabona nto njani. Sibuza nje ke si-free thina sibabizile. So even loo nto ii-hawks ke zidityaniswa nento ekuthiwa lurhwaphilizo, fraud. Ziya pha ziyoxoba kuba zikroka uba izinto azihambi kakuhle. Siyithethile na izolo. Kodwa akho umuntu ufuna adayi angene kakhulu kulonto. Kodwa kayithi uAuditor General incwadi zalapha andikwazi nokuziphenca kuba ziza kum zingaphelelanga. Imali ke eza apha imali yabarhafi aba banini. So kufanele ba umuntu onikwe uxanduva lo iphatha aphendule. Bese sithi ke lamazwi sendi outline ili process sinivile sizibhalile notes sinamagosa esihamba nawo apha azawusenzela i-report sakugqiba sibize meeting yale committee ihlale ijonge sikhumbuzane nathi xa sijonge le report yaba hey gap apha bekuthiwe pha kwathiwa igcwale le report sibabuze naba bantu bangekhoyo like as a Hawks no Sibande naba lo bethumele uadministrator apha sithi sifika apha kuthiwa le minyaka uthetha ngayo uninzi lwayo umuntu obepha nguye bekufanele uba wenze umahluko. Sifuneke into ekuthiwa i-close out report le beyiphume ngayo apha zonke ezo zinto. Xa seyigcwele ke sizawuyithatha lo report siyise parliamente i-adoptwe iparlamente. Xa kusenziwa kumsebenzi weparlamente u-open awubikho semfihlweni nizawuyazi nani singadanga sibuye lapha uba kumba othile nasi stance separlamente kuwo kumba othile nasi stance separlamente kuwo othunyiweyo ukuba makenze loo nto simlandele ke. Kodwa ke abantu bokuqala esicinga uba bamamele apha ngaba bale support team elapha karhulumente kazwelonke nabephondo u-Provincial Coghsta no-Provincial Treasury, i-District Municipality nama-councillor akhoyo apha. So ngalamazwi ke ibingamazwi okushwankathela le meeting. Sithi siyavuya uba lapha asobe siphinde sinilibale ngoku sayilandela lento until its logical conclusion. Kodwa awona mandla alapha kuni burhulumente wenu khethwa nini urhulumente wenu ufanele uphendula kuni. Sizibonile ke ezinkonzo ziphambili sawuzithetha namasebe athe ngqo amanzi ugutyulo lwelindle i-district iyasebenzisana nelasebe nee-potholes sizibonile njengoba sisitsho asikwazi ukukwahlula ke nyhani thina sibona nje ii-potholes uba zezikabani. Kodwa ndiyakhumbula nje uba umphathiswa wezendlela kazwelonke ebethe uneprogram yokuvala ii-potholes. So sizawuyithatha lo mphako sitsho sithi iLekwa inengxaki yee-potholes nengxaki yamanzi inengxaki yogutyulo lwelindle nezinye ke njengoba bezibaliwe. La mazwi ke athi intlanganiso ivaliwe. Enkosi.
Yes, it should be on. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you happy? Huh? Yes, I did. Thank you.
Batteries we don't have because of the power, we're using the batteries, so we're using power now.
Let's just stick here, no?
Let's just stick here.
Yeah, we're going to try and chase people outside then. Or is it not problematic? They must go, no? Is he standing somewhere here?